Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mansultana Khanzadeh. In this video we are going to talk about Corporate Strategic Management Unit 1 Session 2. In the previous session we have discussed about the meaning and definition of strategy and strategic management and the reasons for strategy. In this session we are going to discuss about the father of strategic management and relevance of strategy in business. So let's get started. Iger Ansov, Harry Iger Ansov, a Russian American, was an applied mathematician and a business manager, is called as the father of strategic management. He was born on 12th of December 1918 at Vladivostok, a place in Russia. He got his graduation from Stuyvesant High School, New York. He has done his general engineering and MSc in physics from Stevens Institute of Technology, and he got his doctorate in applied mathematics from Brown University. He initially worked at the US Naval Base as a physics instructor. Later he moved to Lockheed Aircraft Corporation, and there he worked as a vice chairman of planning and director of diversification. And later he went to US International University, and where he taught for 17 years. His famous contributions are his real-time strategic management, where he helped different companies in order to formulate these strategies and help the implementation of those strategies. And his famous work that is called as Product Market Growth Matrix, which is also called as the Ansov Matrix, where we find out where the companies try to focus on their product as well as market, where there is a growth in product and where there is growth in market. So it is a matrix which talks about the high and low growth of product and high and low growth in the market. So it is a matrix which helps the companies try to put their particular product in a particular cell of this matrix and try to find out what strategies can be planned and what strategies can be made in order to get more product growth and the market growth. And it is he's also famous for his concept of vertical and horizontal integration. Along with that, he is famous for his concept called environmental turbulence. So in order to hear about his lectures, you can go to a YouTube channel called Tamer Salema. So I will give the link in the description so that you can listen to his lectures on environmental turbulence and challenges of the 21st century. So in 2002, on July 14, due to some complications from pneumonia, he died in Santiago, USA. In order to recognize his body of work, an award was introduced in 1981 in Netherlands called as Iger Ansov Award. So he is called as the father of strategic management, who help a lot of companies to formulate the strategies and to put those strategies into action, and which help the companies to achieve more growth and earn more profits. So Iger Ansov is called as the father of strategic management. Now let's move on to the relevance of strategy in business. Relevance is nothing but the importance or the significance of strategy or the strategic management in business. So we have got some points to explain the relevance of strategy in business. The first point is it helps to develop long-term plans. Under strategic management, we study about vision, mission, and strategic intent. By formulating vision and mission, what we do, we try to plan what we want to be in future. So vision and mission statements are nothing but vision is nothing but what you want to be, and in order to be there, you set a mission statement which tells you about the course of action. So strategies helps to develop long-term plans. Strategies help an organization to achieve a particular goal. In order to achieve that particular goal, you need to plan before. So plan is nothing but deciding in advance or laying a trap to achieve a particular destination or to reach to a particular destination. So strategy helps to develop long-term plans of the organization, and it facilitates adoption of a course of action. As I said, vision is nothing but what you want to be in the future, and mission is nothing but a way or a track or a direction in which you achieve that particular goal. So in order to achieve something, you need to act first. In order to reach somewhere, you need to leave from your existing spot. In order to be in a future position, in order to achieve those objectives, goals and aims, you need to uh, use a proper course of action. You need to move through a course of action. For example, if you want to reach a particular destination, for example, if you want to reach your college, you have to plan a course of action. It means you have to decide whether you want to go by a bus or a car or a bike or what. Then you have to get up early in the morning, you have to get freshen up, you have to get ready to come to the college, you have to go to the bus stop, you have to pick the bus, so and so bus, and then you are going to reach to a particular direction. So to achieve those plans, in order to achieve those goals, you need to set a course of action, and strategies help the organization in setting up those course of action. The third point is it provides a direction to the business. As I already said in the second point, the strategies help the organization to identify the way in which they want to go, or the direction in which the organization needs to move. So strategies help the organization to decide the direction in which it wants to go. By applying gap analysis, by applying different concepts, we decide the direction to the business. The next point is it helps to utilize organization resources effectively. So there are resources like physical resources, there are financial resources, there are human resources which need to be utilized to their optimum, or what we call optimum utilization of resources, means using those resources to the 100%. So strategies help the organization to trace where there is an underutilization of these resources, where the resources are not properly used. So by finding out those gaps, we can ensure the proper utilization of organization's resources. The next point is it helps to develop and utilize potential opportunities. So by preparing SWOT analysis, that is strength, weakness, opportunities and threats, by preparing the SWOT analysis, the strategies help the organization to find out the potential opportunities and to utilize those opportunities. We search for the opportunities in the external environment, and then we try to utilize those opportunities and make profits out of it. So strategies help the organization to develop as well as utilize the potential opportunities. The next point is it helps to work according to changing environment. So what we can say, the constant thing in the world is change. Something which does not change is change. It means you have to keep changing to be there in the market, or to ensure your existence in the market. To survive in the market, you need to keep changing with the changing environment. There is a famous Chinese saying that to open a shop is easy, but to keep it open is an art. It means that you can start your business, but to keep it running is very difficult. So in order to keep it running, you have to change with the changing environment. We can take the example of uh, Kodak. Kodak was a film roll and camera manufacturing company which was not able to cope with the changing environment. So it was not able to diagnose in which direction that industry was going. So from film roll cameras, the camera industry shifted to digital cameras. So in order, the Kodak company was not able to trace that change, and it was not able to cope with that change. It was not able to change with that change. That is why we don't see Kodak anywhere nowadays. So recently, from previous 2 to 3 years, Kodak is now trying to uh, uh, experiment in its pharmaceutical industry. It is trying to enter in the pharmaceutical industry. So we don't know what is going to happen with that. So nowadays we don't see Kodak cameras or Kodak for film rolls. We use digital cameras. So Kodak was not able to cope with the changing environment. So we don't see Kodak nowadays. Another example we can take, the best example for change with the changing environment is of Apple. Apple started with its iPods, which was an instrument for listening music. And then it shifted to it focused to preparing iPads, then what we call their Macintosh, that is what iMac, what we call the laptops of Apple. Then it was shifted to iPhones, where nowadays you can see iPhones are the very much in popularity, are and iPhones are desired by everyone. Everyone wants to purchase but cannot afford it. So it was the best example for change, for an organization which kept changing with changing environment. So in order to survive in the market, organizations need to change with the changing environment. So strategies help the organization to keep changing with the environment. The next, it helps to take rational decision. Rational means to know what you do. It means you know properly what you're doing. So in order to survive in the market, we need to keep taking rational decisions. We need to keep taking risks. So strategies help an organization to take these rational decisions. It helps the organization to do, and what it helps the organization to differentiate between what to do and what not to do. So we can say that strategies help the organization in taking rational decisions. The next point is it ensures innovation in different areas of business. So a famous author is there who is uh, Joseph Schumpeter, who has initiated this concept of innovation. Innovation, it can be in any area. It can be in your raw material, or it can be in your suppliers. You can innovate in your suppliers. It means you can shift from one supplier to another supplier. You can find out a best source for your raw material. You can innovate in your sources of raw material. You can innovate in terms of your product. You can innovate in terms of your market area. You can innovate in terms of your customers. You can innovate in terms of your pricing strategies, your marketing strategies. You can innovate in terms of your promotional mix or any other marketing mix. You can keep innovating. You have to keep innovating to survive in the organization. If we don't innovate, then we are not going to be there in the market. In order to survive in the market, we need to keep innovating, and strategies help the organization in innovating, and it ensures the innovation in every business areas. The next point is it helps to make it helps to meet stakeholder requirement. Stakeholders are nothing but the people who are affected by the decisions of the company and whose decisions are going to affect the company. So we can say that shareholders are also the stakeholders, employees, government, general public, and you can say that suppliers are your stakeholders, customers are your stakeholders, because all these persons are affected by the company's decisions, and all these persons decisions are going to affect the companies. So what these stakeholders require: shareholders require profit maximization, uh, general public require a good quality of product, or customers require a good quality of product, general public require uh, welfare activities, and government require income tax or tax from your company, and employees require better policies, better uh, incentives, they require bonuses. So in order to reach all these requirements, in order to meet all these requirements, strategies help the organizations. Strategies tell us what to do with which kind of stakeholders, how you need to maximize your profit, how you can expand on your corporate social responsibility to help the environment or to help the society, how you can act towards your employees, what new incentive plans you can introduce for your employees, how you can make your employees happy, how you can make your customers happy by providing a good quality product, and by providing a good quality product at a lower price, and how you can help your how you can meet the requirements of your suppliers by making payments on time. So all these stakeholders require a lot of things. So in order to meet those requirements, strategies help the organization. The next point is it brings discipline in all functional areas of business. So in all functional areas, like production departments, like finance areas, like your human resource development, human resource department, your research and development department, all these functional areas are called as the base for an organization, because all the work, the major portion of the work is done at these levels. So by preparing a set of course of action, by setting your objectives and saying how you can achieve those objectives, you strategies help the organization in uh, creating a discipline in these functional areas. You know what you want to do, and you know how you have to do it. By providing these functional areas with a particular objective goal, you provide the functional areas with a way in which you have to proceed. You create a discipline in all these functional areas. The next point is, it ensures coordination. Coordination is nothing but the congenial relationship between top management, middle management, and the lower management, and among these functional areas. So by providing with a proper strategy, you can ensure the coordination. The next point, and the last but not the least, it helps develop competitive ability of the business. So by providing with a set of goals, objectives, and aims, and by providing a direction towards it, by analyzing the environment, by tracing the opportunities, and by utilizing those opportunities, by using your resources effectively, the strategies help the organization to prove that this particular organization is the best organization, or we can strategies can help the organization to stand out as compared to your competitors, or it helps the organization develop the abilities to compete with the competitors. So we can say that by providing with all these points, by helping the organization with all these points, strategies help the organization to stand out and to prove the competitors that your organization is the best one, or and to make the organization capable of competing with the other businesses or other competitors. So these are some of the points which denote the significance or relevance of the strategy or strategic management in the business. So we have got a lot of examples of companies like Apple, Google, and you have examples of Facebook. You have example of Microsoft, which have used the strategies where they focus on formulating strategies and utilizing strategies, and you can see that they are at the top positions. So strategies are very important in a business organization, and strategies help to ensure the existence of the organization. So these are some of the points which explain the relevance of the strategy, and thank you so much for listening patiently.